why would you do their hair with the same tools that you're using to do your kid's hair who has ringworms? Like, what? Hey guys, it's Traeh, and today's video is you guys' favorite here on my channel. It is Natural Hair Horror Story Week, so if you guys missed yesterday's Natural Hair Horror Story, click the link down in the description box and just binge watch these stories. They just get crazier and crazier, and yesterday's story was about a jealous sister, and it just got real, okay? So make sure that you guys go and check it out. But today's horror story is something we haven't heard before on this channel. And I know you guys are probably thinking, Traeh, what more can go wrong? Y'all, every time I feel like we've heard it all, I get a crazy freaking story. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I would love for you to hit the subscribe button. I do a series here on my channel called Natural Hair Horror Stories, where I allow you guys to email me your craziest natural hair horror story, and I feature it here on my channel. Also, before we jump into the video, make sure that you guys go and subscribe to my second channel. I upload daily over there. Like every single day, you guys get a new upload from me. So make sure that you subscribe. The link is also in the description box. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling and let's jump into it. So the email says, "Hello Traeh, I stumbled across your videos by chance, and you will be happy to know you've gained a new subscriber from the UK. We need YouTubers like yourself. I think your horror story reviews are so important, particularly for black women and girls, because these incidents are things that happen so often but are not openly discussed, and so many experience these without knowing what to do. Anyway, I will proceed with my story. I'm currently 25, and this issue happened many moons ago when I was around 7 or 8 years old. This story is a bit long and has two parts to it. I had made friends with this new girl at school, let's call her Lice, and we both became very close. Our moms, both being single parents, soon began babysitting for each other and even became friends to a certain extent." Okay, so far so good. Now, Lice had younger siblings at this time, a brother and sister, and both girls had permed hair. I can only imagine that having all these small children, her mom found it convenient to have easily manageable for the girls, but my mom was very critical of this woman because their hair was quite damaged and short, whilst their mother's hair always looked at its best. Nevertheless, it was their business, and obviously as kids, our hair never interfered with our friendship. Or so I thought. My hair at this age wasn't the longest, but it was natural, pretty, black, collar length 4C hair. My mom always decorated my hair with cute little ribbons and baubles. I'd have beads, braids, twists, you name it. Lice usually came to school every day with the same side end of the onion ponytail, but one day she had gotten really nice cane roll extensions, what Americans call cornrows. One day after school, my mom and I complimented Lice's hair, and her mom let us know that she did it herself on Lice and her youngest daughter. Now, my mom could tell that I loved it and asked Lice's mom if she would do mine for a price. So they agreed on a price and arranged a time to go over their house and do my hair. Anything to have a break from doing my hair for a week. So we get there and Lice's mom starts braiding. Also know that I'm used to getting my hair cane rolled, so I wasn't tender-headed at all. But when I tell you, this woman was dragging every follicle. Because it was so painful, I started crying, to which she replied, "Shh, stop crying. Lice didn't cry, her sister didn't cry, and she's even younger than you." I gave my mom the save me look, but she just kept saying how nice it was going to look when it was done, and that I'll love it, and me and Lice would look like sisters. So I firmed it until the woman was finished. Long story short, I didn't sleep that night, or any other night for that matter. The hair was so tight, I started to get little bumps around my hairline where this woman had pulled my edges so tight. After only a day, my mom had to take it out, realizing my baby edges would not survive a week. But we found it funny how Lice's hair seemed to be fine and pain-free. We didn't think much of it and just settled on sticking with family to do my hair. This is part one of the story. Okay, so now we're about to get to the tea. What happened next was shocking and resulted with me ending up at the doctor's. So my mom had planned a night out and arranged for me to stay the night over at Lice's house, where her mom would babysit us. When we had gotten there, we noticed the little sister had a bandana on her head, but we didn't think anything of it. When it was time for bed, Lice and I shared a bottom bunk whilst her little sister was on the top bunk. And of course, Lice only had one pillow. When tucking us in, I told Lisa's mom I had no pillow. She went away and came back with one, but instead of giving it to me, she gave it to the little sister and gave me the little sister's pillow. Obviously, me being a naive child, I just took the pillow and went to bed. Over the following week at school, I couldn't stop scratching my head and began picking little, what I thought were flakes, from my scalp. I turned to Lisa and said, "OMG, I think I have nits," what we call head lice in the UK. I told her that I was so surprised because black girls don't usually get nits, and I thought I would have to shave my head. What took me back was her response. Lisa said, "Well, that's obviously true because my little sister gets flakes just like that in her hair too, which is why she had to wear the bandana." That is gross. Did I just discover my friend's mother had purposely given me, an 8-year-old, a lice-infested pillow? Of course, the first thing I did was tell my mom after school, but when she examined my hair at home, she was horrified to find a large, round, lumpy, balding patch in the back of my head. So we immediately went to see a doctor who told me it was not lice, but a ringworm. The doctor said it was contagious and questioned me about my hygiene habits and whether I played with animals like dogs or rabbits to find out how I had possibly picked it up and in the back of my head of all places. The doctor explained that I could have shared a hat or something, and of course I brought up the pillow situation. My mom was livid and went to question Lisa's mom when she next saw her at school. She approached her, acting friendly and surprised that the school allowed her youngest daughter to come in with a bandana on her head. Lisa's mom said she had caught a ringworm from another kid in her class and the bandana was to stop it from spreading to other kids. My mom then addressed the sleepover pillow situation and she denied purposely swapping my pillow with her daughters. Needless to say, my mom lost it and it spun out into a full-blown argument in the playground. In the end, my mom stopped me from being friends with Lisa and the ringworm left a giant bald patch in the back of my head. Most of my hair grew back, but the texture in that area has never been the same and is much coarser than the rest of my head, and a small patch remains where hair does not grow. I'm sorry this story was so long, but I do hope this brings some awareness. Thanks, D. D, this story was so crazy. You are so right about these natural hair horror stories bringing awareness, because I would have never thought that this would happen. This is just disgusting and crazy as I don't know what. So you wanted to get your hair done just like Lisa's hair. So you had Lisa's mom do your hair. Okay, she braided tight, and at this point I feel like everybody braids tight because we done had so many stories where the stylist braids tight, so whatever. So I'm not even saying nothing about that, okay? We're just gonna move right along. Anyways, you got your hair done, you noticed that your hair was really itchy, and you noticed a lot of flakes. Now Lisa's gonna say yeah, my sister always gets flakes like that too. That's why she had a bandana on her head. Okay. Now the thing that gets me is the fact that Lisa's mom knew her child had ringworms. She knew that. Okay, so I don't even understand why she would have other children come to the house, because it's highly contagious, like highly contagious. So why would you have other people come into the house? Why would you do their hair with the same tools that you're using to do your kid's hair who has ringworms? Like, what? And then you needed a pillow and she gave you the pillow that the little sister with the ringworms had instead of giving you the fresh pillow. But what? I don't understand. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know your child has ringworms, so why would you still do her hair? Why would you still allow them to come over? I don't know. But people do still send their children to school with ringworms. you're technically allowed to bring your child to school if they are medicated, like if they're getting treated for the ringworms. But I don't know. I ain't here for it because it's too contagious for me, and I don't want my child coming home from school with ringworms. And you ended up getting a bald spot from it, and you were only 8 years old. That's crazy. I would have been pissed. Okay, pissed. So thank you so much, Dee, for sharing your natural hair horror story with us. It definitely spreads awareness because I wouldn't even think this would happen, because this isn't something I would see coming. Having my daughter stay the night over someone's house and then her coming back with ringworms. Anyways, I can't think of it no more because it grosses me out. So thank you so much again for sharing your natural hair horror story. If you guys have a natural hair horror story that you would like me to feature, you can definitely email me at sendtotraeh@gmail.com, and hopefully I'll feature it soon, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.